Alright guys, so this is part 2. This tank, I have a blood red Swordtails. Some are darker than others, but they all have that extremely red eye, and as they get older they really darken up. I don't know if you can see, some of those are really dark. And I've got the Anubias driftwood. I don't know if you can see any of the plecos in there. Sorry for the glare. There's a guy, big male back there. Below it, I've got baby plecos and another group of breeders, box filters. Actually a couple of Montezuma swords, young in there. Love to hide. They haven't done so well. I don't know why. I got those from Greg Sage, and I've grown everything in this tank that I can think of. For some reason, those just didn't want to. There's one down there. I don't know if you can see him. So I think I've only got 2, maybe 3 of those left out of 14. Below that, this is the if it would focus for me. This is the Maya, Xiphophorus Maya. And they get huge. I mean, some of the biggest swordtails I've had. But this has been a nice breeding colony, and I believe I got those from Greg Sage as well, Select Aquatics. But these ones I purchased on eBay from him. The Montezumas I got directly from him. And I use, from the dollar store, 15 or 20 feet for $1, that Christmas garland. Throw it in the tanks, provides cover for the fry. And these guys, man, they just don't eat their fry. I mean, you can see I got fish of all sizes in here. And they're doing really well. Next to that, I have Hellery spotted wild type colony, and just for a little contrast and the heck of it, I threw a couple of those, or one of those blood reds in there, and that one is an albino. But they've been in there for a year or 2 now, and I've never seen any fry from those females. I don't know why, but and of course box filters, and you see that power head with the hose. I use that for water changes. Pumps the water out to my drain system. Above that, discus. Male, he's a little bigger, a little darker. They haven't really spawned for me yet in this tank, but they did over on the other side. So we're waiting for them to do that. And up here, get the glare off of it. This is my blue ram. Sorry about the glare, guys. If you got a fish room, you know the pain I'm talking about trying to photograph your fish. But I have a pair of blue rams in here. We're working with them. I like to put these floating ones, plastic floating plants above. It really helps shy fish. They feel comfortable, they move around, do their thing without being too skittish. Here's that female, if it'll focus on her. Okay, next. I've got some snakeskin flaxion discus. The parents I got as a proven pair from Discus Hans. And these ones are growing out nicely. They're in a 40 breeder. They get, you see I've got that bulkhead low. They get 75% daily water change. But they're doing really well. Here is my angel tank. Most of these I got from a local breeder. I don't really plan to do much with the angels. I just like them. I got some driftwood. I'm growing out some bristlenose in here. There we go. And they are enjoying some green beans I put in there this morning. 2 box filters and 1 hang on the back for these guys. Next to them I do have a pair Philippine blue and a Philippine blue marble cross. I don't know if you guys can see the blue in this guy, but it is just amazingly blue. I hope that shows up on the video. And they're getting ready to spawn again. Gonna play around with that and see what they do. Up here, I'm separating. I've got some of these, I don't know what they call them. I've seen them called a couple different names, but these are the swordtails with just the red or orange head. I've got a young group started here, and these are my breeding swordtails. Big females in there, but they throw some of these every time. So I'm going to try to encourage that and see if I can't get those breeding a little bit truer. I don't know if that will ever be a pure strain or not, but we might get a few more from each drop. Looks like that. But here they are. Again, some driftwood and some of the garland. Below that, I'm working on just playing around with some live plants a little bit. I've got some flame moss attached to those rocks. The lighting's on a timer. And I'm trying the citric acid CO2 generator. Seems to be working pretty well. Alright guys, I'll stop this one and we'll go to part 3.